new policy in place. The way that we run commissions, we are finding a lot of older consultants who are no longer with us, and it's taking up a lot of our time. And we have like 8 pages filled in our back office of consultants that we have to go through every time we run commissions. And they just don't exist, and they haven't existed. But we don't have a good way to get rid of people, so we feel like we're obligated to check them if they've had RSV. And it's just, we need to just clean house in our back office and in our consultant group. This will be effective April 2. Sunday is Easter, April 1st, and so Monday, April 2, this will be effective. Everyone right now, when they sign on, they get a coupon code, and that coupon code is effective indefinitely. And that can't happen anymore. Even at Costco, you have to pay a yearly membership. So we are not just going to have these indefinite, lifelong coupon codes where consultants can just pop in every 9 months and place a $50 order. It's just sort of grading. And so if you have a coupon code and you are a consultant and you have 3 consecutive months without meeting your minimum activity requirements, your code will be shut off and you will be removed from team downlines. All consultants who have not had any active or activity RSV for over 6 months will have their coupon codes. They will be removed from our consultant group and Facebook group. And if you have your own groups, I would recommend that as well. And our email blasts. And then 3 months later, if you are completely inactive, we are going to delete you from our database. I seriously have people, because we've had no system for this, I have people in our database from 2013 and 14, and they don't need to be there. We just need to delete them. And so effective April 2, those people will be deleted. For consultants, and that's just nobody's on your team, you're just flying solo. If you have 3 consecutive months without meeting the minimum requirement, then you get taken off of people's spreadsheets. If you are a team leader and higher, that means you've made the decision to grow a team. You are training, you are working with people. If you have 3 consecutive months without meeting the minimum requirement, you will also be removed from downline spreadsheets. But then you're going to lose your downline. Your uplines, the people above you, they get to keep your people, and all your people are going to move up a generation. So if you've made the decision to become a team leader, we really want you to stick with that, and we really want you to work with your teammates. I've always hated direct sales where people just sign people up, and then those, quote, team leaders are just going to ride the gravy train. That doesn't work here with me. That doesn't fly. So this is one of those situations where if you cannot meet your minimums and you're a team leader, that means someone else is probably doing your job. And especially if you're not meeting the minimum requirements, then your team gets to graduate to a new upline who's probably the one helping them anyway. If you choose, let's say you've been discontinued as a rep, should you choose to rejoin us as a sales rep, and you were a leader at some point, you can come back, but you will just be on your own. You don't get your team back. And if you would like your consultant code reactivated, that will now be a $50 fee. It's not the price of an entire kit, but we will charge a fee to turn on your code. So if you're a person and you're like, wow, I haven't sold anything in 3 or 4 months, but I just want to make a personal order, you're going to need to pay a fee to get your code turned back on. And if you've been completely deleted from our back office, meaning if someone from 2013 or 14 wanted to rejoin us, they're going to have to buy an entire new kit. Like, they've been off the system, off the grid for like 2 years. So a completely new kit is required for them to purchase. We are instilling new minimums And our hope for this is that we get less kidnappers. We had a ton of kidnappers last summer and into fall where they would join, buy the kit, and then not buy anything or do anything. And so we really want to prevent that. We also want to prevent your customers from being like, oh my gosh, I just want to join the team. I just want to join and get a discount, So these minimums are built on averages of what we've seen our leaders do and averages for consultants as a whole. And the new minimums for consultants and team leaders with generations is that you must every month have a minimum of $100 in RSV. That's basically a $50 purchase. But if you do not meet this minimum of $100 in RSV for 3 consecutive months, that's when we're going to shut off your coupon code. For directors and regional directors, that's people with generations 2 and 3, your new minimum is $250 in RSV or $125 after you use your code. And for national director, so that's your 4th generation and higher, your new minimum monthly is $400 RSV. They're all based on averages. Most of you guys are already hitting these numbers. It should not be scary. And there's been no changes to the bonus structure, which you can see later. Once you hit that 5th generation, because we don't have any more percentages, that's when you're eligible to earn a bonus on your downline. You know, it's consecutive months. So let's say you have, you're a regional director and you have $250 in sales, and then one month you just can't get it together and you have 100. But then the next month you have 500. You're okay because, you know, it wasn't consecutive. But if you are a regional director and you just have nothing, $101, $175, then you're not cutting it. You're not hacking the weight. Now, if we've had this several times in the course of our operating, where a team leader will not hit their minimum and then we can't pay you. So if you are a regional director or a director, and let's say you only have $125 that month, then we can't pay your downline because you were supposed to hit $250 in RSV. That's a fairly common direct sale thing. You don't, like, if you're going to lead, you need to lead in sales as well. But anyway, we need to trim the fat because we're getting really fatty in our back office. We're getting a lot of situations where before it was really enticing to sign up and kidnap because you would get this indefinite coupon code, and that can't happen anymore because we want people who want to sell for us, not just get a discount. And we are hoping that what this will also allow for you to do is that, let's say someone joined your team 2 years ago, and you know they haven't done anything in 2 years or 8 months or even 7 months, 9 months. Maybe you know some of their customer base, or you know them, and you could say, hey, we have a lot of amazing things happening. I know you're not into selling right now, but I want to tell you about these soaps, and I would love to get you some samples if you like it. Every month, if you have a downline, you will start to see who's getting close to that. Or if you know someone on your downline spreadsheets has had a 0 for like 7 or 8 months, you can guarantee they're going to be off your sheet. So there will be more fluctuating monthly, okay? So this is one of those things where it just has to be done. New policy is never easy to roll out. This is going to be, this is one of those things where it just has to happen. We have to have a way to turn people off. We can use this to make them your customers again. I hope these higher minimums deter your customers from wanting to all sign up as consultants. And even though they're not huge fees, you can't just have an indefinite code. You have to pay something for that. So We can't have people every 9-10 months just placing and getting 50% off. That's weird. Like, we're going to lose money. But if, like, let's say you're having a kid or you need a family, stuff is going on, just email us and say, like, hey, I want to take maternity leave, or so-and-so is struggling, I need to take 3 months off. Like, totally legit. Like, we are a business. You can take family medical leave, you can take maternity leave, but if you don't tell us you're taking that, we won't know. So definitely, if there's family issues, if you have a pregnancy, if you're taking maternity, if you're traveling the world for 3 months, whatever, more power to you. Let us know, and then that's a different story. But if you just go AWOL for, a while, we're just going to think you're not selling. And we really need to cut down on the team leaders that are just submitting $100.50 a month, because we know you're not leading your people. You're just hitting those minimums so that you can collect on your downline. And that's not helping your team grow. So there's going to be more movement between like right now, once you hit a plateau, you just stay there because we don't know how to remove these zeros. So as a leader in leadership, you're going to have to watch those minimums and where you fall, and then once a commission is released, that's where you're at for the next month till you get your next sheet, and it will say what level you're at. So it's a little bit more bookwork for us, which is why, Kelly, I can't promise you we're going to be able to email you every single month, because it's literally me, Dan, and running numbers for 11 days. So if you have a question about somebody, please email us at info@hilltopdesigns.hd.com. We will gladly tell you if anyone's fallen off your team, or you're just going to be able to look at your spreadsheets and compare them.